Hi, I'm Andrew Maffett. I'm 51. I'm an outdoor adventure sort of guy. I love to go kayaking and mountaineering and go to wild and beautiful places. And early last year I had the good fortune to go to South Georgia Island where I did a big sea kayaking and mountaineering trip. And I was honoured to be given the Australian Geographic Adventurer of the Year award for that. So my good mate John Jacoby pointed out to me a couple of years ago that we're about to turn 50 and that we really should do something exciting for our 50th. And I thought, well, a big party would be fine, but he said, no, we've got to do more than that. And we want to do the ultimate adventure. So the thing we both really wanted to do was go to South Georgia. And so that was the genesis of the idea. South Georgia to me is the wildest, most remote place you could dream of going to. It's always been the epitome of wildness and a whole lot of preparation that we had to do. In actual fact, it took us 2 years to put the trip together. A lot of the training was around being fit and strong and being able to paddle into big conditions. I think I was doing about 13 or 14 training sessions a week. So I was paddling to Rottnest and back twice a week. I was doing 4 gym sessions a week, lots of running. The other key part of the preparation is getting a way of getting to South Georgia because it's a long way from anywhere. Right at the bottom of the South Atlantic Ocean, a little speck of rock, nothing anywhere near it. So the only way to get there is to charter your own boat. And we met our support yacht called Pelagic and sailed on Pelagic to South Georgia, which is about 1,400 nautical miles. So it took us 6 days of sailing to get there. When we got to South Georgia, our kayaks were waiting for us and we kitted them up and then started sea kayaking around the island itself. So each day we paddle somewhere between 20 and 50 kilometres, camp on the beach each night, pull our tents out. The major highlight of the trip was definitely the wildlife. There's the most incredible amount of wildlife on South Georgia. So penguins, fur seals, seabirds. It actually has the highest density of bird life of any piece of earth on the planet. But the cutest and the best ones were definitely the penguins. Some of them swim out to meet us in the water, some of them chase us down the beach, but the penguins were just so beautiful. The other animals which were really prolific is the fur seals. They now think there are probably more than 4 million fur seals on the island. So every beach you get to has got fur seals on it. And you get these little pups that are maybe only 50 centimetres long that'll chase you from one end of the beach barking at you. Very aggressive little things and really cute. Also lots of elephant seals, which are the really big seals. They weigh up to 3 tonnes. They're the ones you sort of see on the David Attenborough shows where they're bumping into each other with their big chests. Massive big animals with big snouts on them. So the wildlife was definitely a really big highlight of the trip. But the other highlight would be the alpine scenery. So you get brash ice, big in the sea, these big areas of ice slushy that you paddle through. And that's really beautiful, quite hard to paddle through, but the actual floating icebergs you go past have these rock hard icy walls that are glistening as silver, and in the background you've got mountains that sort of go up like ice castles. So the scenery is just gobsmackingly beautiful. We did have some challenges along the way though, and probably the biggest challenges was the weather. We had winds well over 100 kilometres an hour that we paddled in, and that was really frightening. Probably the most exciting paddling I've ever done. It was real thrill, but yeah, really tough sort of paddling. The big excitement when we got back was getting a contact from Australian Geographic magazine. I wrote an article for them and they wanted to put one of my photos on the cover of the magazine and publish my article, which is really exciting. But the most exciting thing was they said, would you consider being nominated for Australian Geographic Adventurer of the Year? And sure enough, a week later they said that we'd won. It wasn't the reason we did the trip and it wasn't a competition, but to be remembered and acknowledged for our trip in that way was really exciting. It's a pretty epic expedition that's only been done 3 times before. We're the first Australians ever to do the trip, and I think what our trip does is it shows that anybody, they've got a dream or a vision, you can have a go at it. And I think we've come back richer people. And what I'm trying to do at the moment is write a book about the experience. I want to share the story of how if you commit to something, you put the planning in, you put the time and effort in, you can achieve amazing things, and that none of us know how long we're going to be on this planet or how long we're going to be fit and healthy for, and if you don't do the good stuff now, you may never get the chance to do it. So that's what my book's about. I'm hoping to find a publisher at the moment, and I'm hoping it'll be a bestseller.